It's compelling, it's cutthroat, it's chaotic, it's clever, it's controversy and chaos, babe.
I feel like we haven't recorded in a while. I don't know why it
know.
seems like such a long time.
It has been a little impromptu break, like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
About.
But we back.
We is back.
So welcome to another episode of Controversy and Chaos. Okay. I went and got my nails done, so you can see.
Very cute.
I got this color and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get red because I'm fast. So, and I really want to know who decided that red nails and like who in the Black community decided that the color red means Jezebel?
Scarlet.
Like, I was just like, they really had us like, oh, you can't have red nail polish, you can't have red lipstick. Who made that up? Some bitch who had red nails and red lipstick stole somebody's husband. And that was just how they got there.
They said like the little hot tamales, like sometimes the ladies of the nights, all of them had like the red nails, blah, 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 blah. But I feel like that was more like a white thing. And then Black people took that because if you think about it, all the like hoochie mama aunties had them long nails and they had like the red with the gold and the this and the that. So
but I feel like that was like a these 90s thing. This was before then.
That's what I'm saying.
That people were saying that. So it's like
we took it and made it into like hoochie culture. You know what I'm saying? Before that, it was like, oh, you're not professional or you're not a lady if you have on red nails.
Well, let me tell you.
And then let me see the shape.
Full hoochie out.
That's cute. Oh, it's sparkly too.
Thank you.
I'm basic with my French.
Listen, well, you have things to do that require basic, clean nails. So, that's fine. With a solo cup. Sophisticated.
My red cup.
I feel like so much has happened, but like some of it is just like, I'm going to just leave that in the weeks where it was. Because I finally have cleaned up. I thought I cleaned up my timeline. No. I thought I cleaned up my For You page. And it was just like, bitch, you thought. Here's a whole nother set of bullshit that's going to happen within the next week. Mm-hmm. I finally got Taylor Swift on my timeline. I finally got
she's gone.
Cocaine Barbie off my timeline. Like, she's
still there.
And she came back. I was like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. It was just so beautiful and so peaceful. And then it was like, it came back.
Mm-hmm. She's there. Trust me, she's never too far.
And that's unfortunate. So I'm like, okay, well, what's going to happen now? Then we had the whole Deontay Kyle. Deontay Kyle got everybody in a fucking uproar. He got them mad.
I didn't really deep dive into that. So if you want to give like a quick little spiel.
So
I know it's about religion, but I didn't really.
Yes, but basically he was just saying that the church, not necessarily the church, but the way that Black people approach Christianity is really standing in their way of greatness, or standing in their way of really being connected to our true culture.
Okay.
Which is not Christianity. So, you have those Bible thumping Christians that are like, you can't say that about Jesus. And they was on his ass, heated. And then, but on the other side, so I got some of those videos, but I'll be quick to scroll. Mm-hmm. Actually, stop feeding this to me because it's just, you stirring up emotions that I don't like. Please stop. Because if it was logic behind it, great. Please explain your point logically. But when it's no logic and you're just yelling and just saying that he's wrong because of what? And that'd be the thing. It's just like, it is, and their response, Jesus is the way. Well, what else? Give us something else, because that's not enough. That's not enough. You're not backing it by anything. But what I've gotten a lot on my timeline is actual people who have gone to school and their major was like religious studies. So I watched one girl. She was like, no, I went to like a Catholic college. Mm-hmm. And she was like, she studied religion. So she was just like, when I started there, she was like, first lessons, Bible means book.
It does.
And she was like, that was the first, it means book. It's a book. So she was just like, okay. So she was like, I came into the whole thing with a different connotation of what I thought Christianity really was and what I thought I believed, and then studying it. So she kind of gave, lots of people who've studied religion have given lots of different breakdowns of how Christianity came to be, how Black people basically hold on to Christianity so tight because mainly everything in America goes back to slavery. Slavery. Everything goes back to slavery, and just how that's really all that we had.
Yeah.
Was that, but that was also forced upon us. It wasn't really our religion. It's not our religion at all. It was just forced upon us. And then also just how it used to be, like how Black people like approach baptism. Like, it's very important because traditionally it was always that, because the way that Black people were depicted by the whites is that even if we were baptized, we could never be clean. So like for now, the way Black Christians approach it is like, no, this is the thing, because like we want to be cleaned of our sins, because for so long we're told you can't be cleansed of your sins. You can't do this. Even if you are baptized, nothing will happen. You can never be saved. But somehow, and that's a true mindfuck, that we are just so, even hundreds of years later, so conditioned, and we just carry a bunch of things that in a lot of instances kind of, if we really pull back the layers, we're like, okay, does this make sense? Some of the things I'd be like, no, I don't.
I think there are a lot of things that don't make sense in regards to religion, and just life in general. Like, I know that there are a lot of things that I may do or believe just because, well, this is what I know. And even when I do deep dives into it, like, okay, well, why do I think this way? Sometimes I do change my mind. Sometimes I don't. Like, even the whole, let's say kids believe in Santa Claus, right? Like, I never taught my kid to believe in Santa Claus, but she knows who Santa Claus is for some odd reason. I don't know why or how, but I also don't want to be the one to be like, Santa Claus not real. Like, if she asks me, is Santa Claus real? I'm going to say no.
Right. I'm not going to lie to you. If you ask me a direct question, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. No. However, I'm not going to be like, we can't believe in Santa. It's really a very small thing at the end of my day. I know I purchased the gifts. I don't feel slighted in any kind of way if she feels like, you know, me and Colin bought it, Santa bought it. I don't give a damn about none of that. I'm not writing to who, from who. I'm not doing all that. This one's yours. And keep it moving. But also, I give my kid money when she lose her teeth. The girl be racking up. I swear, she's lost like 4 teeth and racked up probably $200 from between her grandparents. Like, Harper lose a tooth. My mom is sending her $20. And then sometimes my mom forget that she sent her $20. So she'll send her another $20. My grandma is going to send a card in the mail with cash. And I'll be like, Grandma, please stop sending cash in the mail. So now I gotta monitor the mailboxes. You know, my pet peeves. I don't go to that mailbox.
I was about to say,
it's nothing good in there that I want. I'm not going to that mailbox. So I have to hunt down the mailman to be on it. To be like, okay, let me check, because Grandma sent a card. Like, that girl racks up so much money for missing teeth. I'm like, what happened to $1?
Literally,
the $1 don't cut it. No, the $20
for one tooth.
My grandma be sending her $50
for one tooth.
$50. And you can't say nothing about it because you know how the elderly be. This is my money and you're not going to. I'm like, oh, well, hold on now. Don't yell at me. I was just saying she didn't need 50. If you wanted to break it up, you could give her 5.
Right.
I'm like, fine. Just send it.
Some more gonna come out. You know, some more gonna come out.
It's just so ridiculous. But to that point, like, I don't tell her that the Tooth Fairy ain't real. She ain't ever asked where she came up with the Tooth Fairy. She came up with that on her own. When the first tooth came out, she just knew about it. So I'm like, okay, cool, fine. I don't feel the need to explain those things. But sometimes I feel like
I'm not gonna.
If you're a kid,
it's just something fun. And that's why, to circle it back, it's like, I don't think religion is just something fun, but I do think that some people do need to have a mindset of something higher than themselves to look forward to for like reassurance, whether it's the universe, God, Allah. They low-key the same person, just saying. But whatever you choose to believe, I feel like everybody, I'm more so afraid of people who don't believe anything at all. Like you think that you're God. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm definitely not that person, but we've had this conversation.
Yeah.
Lord, the people gonna kill me, but oh well.
What?
I'm not Christian.
We
I
already
like
said that. We already know. Well,
well,
I mean, we've already
you
talked about
know
that.
that,
Well, I'm
but
saying
it's
on the
like
podcast we've talked about that.
I ever like completely denounce it. Like, no, I'm actually not that at all. I do believe that something has to exist. Like I'm one of those people, like I don't have proof that it does or does not exist. I'm very just like in the middle.
But you
I
believe in the
really just
supernatural.
exactly. So that's
Right.
what I'm saying. I also don't have proof that exists like 1000% standing firm on this exists, but I've had supernatural things happen to me. So I'm like,
Right.
okay, something is going on that's not apparent. I
And
can't see it. So I don't like have a issue with people following religion per se. I think my overarching issue and what kind of specifically Christianity turns me away from it is the way that people behave. It's
well, they
the
use it as
it's as a weapon, and that's the thing that I really don't like. I feel like a lot of times, and of course it's not across the board, but I feel like a lot of times in Christianity, greed gets wrapped up in there. And it's like, well, I thought one of the isn't greed like something you ain't supposed to do? Being greedy is you're not supposed to be greedy, but we
you're
got
not supposed
pastors out
to.
here telling people that they need to have $2,000 in this economy, 2,000 George Washington dollars
You're not
in
supposed to
this
commit
economy.
adultery, but you got secret families on the side.
But you got secret families on the side. You got secret families in your church. So some things I just be like, how
And that's
is
why for
this what
me,
we're doing?
it's like although I was raised like Kojic, I don't necessarily adhere to all the beliefs of all these different doctrines. If I had to say, like, I do believe I'm a Christian because I do believe in like God and then Jesus and blah blah blah, but not in the sense. I don't think it's so literal as a lot of Christians try to make it seem. You know what I mean? I feel
Yeah.
like it's more so my interpretation of like this was put here and this may not have literally happened, but this is what you're supposed to take from it in order to carve out the ways to live your life and to just be a good person. Like that's why I don't necessarily feel like I ever want to identify with any one denomination because I don't think that you're a better person if you're Baptist or if you're Methodist or you're AME
Right.
Zion or I don't believe that. Just how I don't think that if you're Muslim that you're you know what I'm saying? Like I think
It's like the religious hierarchy. It's like, no.
I don't believe
We
in
are the
that
better
because
ones. We're the better
yeah,
ones. And it's like,
yeah.
y'all all believe in the same. When
Once
it
you get
boils
down
down
to the
to it,
core principles of how it was originally supposed to be, it's
it's the same. Okay, different name, different story, but they're very similar. They're very
yeah.
parallel. So yeah, I don't agree with like the religion hierarchy. It's like, if you're Jewish, this is the religion that you should be. No, it's Christian. No, it's this. It's like
Because
I don't
even
care.
within Jewish
Yeah, there's
Jewish people,
different.
like I didn't know what an Orthodox Jew was until I started working in corporate America, and I started talking to white women, Jewish women, and they used to tell me like, "Yeah, girl, I wear wigs because as a Jewish woman, I'm not supposed to show my hair." Huh? That's a wig? How much was that wig? $3,000. A regular white woman walking around with a $3,000 wig, bust down, like
The neighborhood that
all
I
these
used to
different things.
work in.
Like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I used to have one of my old jobs. It's a very big, like Orthodox Jewish community in Atlanta. I'm telling you, Atlanta got everything. But there's a huge community. Like they have their own Kroger. It's called Jewish Kroger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like
all the kosher stuff. Like I didn't really
and
know
they
what
have
kosher was until
and they have entire aisles just dedicated to like there's kosher items. The meat department is different from any other Kroger. So yeah, you see that, and you would see them walking around. And I mean, we're wig wearers, so it's like I could clock a wig anywhere, and they be wigged up, good wigs too. And it's
good
like,
wigs.
oh, okay. So you see them on like their Sabbath or days that they're not supposed to use electronics or anything like that. They're walking and like they have like an elementary school in that area. They're walking their kids. and they're just out and about. Like, this is their area.
And then
And it's like,
even
oh,
with that,
okay.
like even learning about what the Sabbath day means to them, it's like, wow, as a man, some of it is very misogynistic, because like this one lady told me that her husband's not allowed to do anything on the Sabbath day, including take toilet paper off the roll to wipe his ass. So she has to, if she's leaving the house, she has to take toilet paper off and then stack it up next to the toilet so that he can just do his business and he doesn't have to work to unroll it. Or if she's on her period, how she has to sleep in another room. All these different things. I'm like, that's some real orthodox stuff. I understand why you say you're an Orthodox Jew. Okay.
Yeah. So like things like that, like I don't believe in. It's like I can never go so hard because a lot of things that I find to be misogynistic in religion, I don't do that. I'm not unrolling no toilet paper for nobody.
You know.
So it's like, no, I don't believe that Eve ate this apple and she wasn't supposed to, and that was the creation of all sin. It's like how everything be rolling back to women's fault. Make it like some things are just inherently misogynistic that we pass on and pass on and pass on. And it's like, whoa, I love being able to think critically and be like, actually,
I don't think it was that simple.
I'm not just taking what you give me at face value, what you say, because who are you? Why are you are the anointed person. You are flawed just in yourself. And I know that there are actually very good pastors who live their life and model their behavior after, what they teach to their congregation. Like those I don't have an issue with. But the scammy scammers turned preacher, it's like the Hold to Jesus pipeline. We went from you a 2-bit hustler to pastor. No, you just a 2-bit hustler who is a pastor now, but you still hustling people out of their money.
I'll do you one further. I don't
close the doors.
I will do you one further. You will never catch me being a member of a mega church. I don't believe in them. I don't like them. They just make
They make me cringe.
I don't watch them. Like a lot of people might get mad, but all the Sarah Jakes Roberts, CD Jakes, I don't subscribe.
Joel Osteen, I'm not fucking with it. I don't like it. It just don't sit well with me because I'm like, I be looking at it and it's just like, okay, yes, everybody deserves to make a livable wage. You deserve to be able to live.
If this is what you dedicated your life to, even the nuns, like this is what you dedicated your life to, sure, you can do that.
You deserve. You don't have to live in a hut. But when we like you're a pastor and you arrive into church on a helicopter
and Bentleys and Rolls Royces
and then when it comes to your congregation, you are asking these people to give and give and give and give. Yeah, and when something happens for them, where is the church to say, hey, actually, you've been paying your time. People have been paying 10% of their income their whole life, and it's like people get sick, people pass away. Where's the church with helping with the funeral costs? It's like, what? Where my money go?
Where the holiday give backs and this, that, and third? And I'm not talking about no fat ass turkey.
Yeah, like where are the things that is just like, okay, this is a community that we're all putting in order to help our community. And in a lot of instances, I feel like, especially with mega churches, I don't necessarily see that. I don't believe, when they used to have the infomercials like, oh, this person, if they touch your forehead, they're going to cure cancer. They saved your whole life. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. Now these people falling out, passing out on the floor. What is going on?
Don't get me wrong. I do believe in the Holy Ghost. However, it don't work like that.
No, it don't work up. You come up to the damn pulpit and I put 2 hands on your forehead. You just... No. It don't work like that.
I've gone to the altar because... either I went by myself or somebody told me to. And the person, first of all, I personally, if I'm going up for prayer, I don't let just anybody pray for me. And I know some people take that the wrong way because I've been in situations when I'm like, no, that pastor.
You can't pray for me.
No, thank you. I'm going to wait. And then they look at me and I'm like, no, you're not laying hands on me. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No, some people, when they like, I'm going to pray for you, don't.
You
actually
don't. God, return it to sender. Return it to
I don't want
sender.
that prayer. I don't want it. I don't want it. It's
Absolutely
not a good one. It's not a good one. This is not gonna help me. So yeah, like certain instances like that's like a lot of things I don't like, and also that everything is demonic. I just feel
everything's
like
so demonic.
everything is demonic, girl. Clearly,
Having your
I gotta
ears
be demonic.
pierced at one point was demonic. Wearing makeup
Taking
was
your
demonic.
kiss,
Wearing
trick or treating
pants was demonic.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, how did we get into these things, and how is it that we have been so indoctrinated and we just believe something that the other people gave to us? Them people ain't gave us nothing but fucking misery. And
It's a
you
form
took
of
this
control.
one thing and said, this is the good shit. And everything else that African culture and how people in different religions, how like deities and those things are important in their religions, like, oh, that's demonic. How?
Like, even when you talk to like older Black people about, like, I remember I said something to my grandmother. I was like, yeah, because my ancestors, I know they'd be looking over me. She said, ancestors? I said, Grandma, you do realize that your mother, whom I've never met, which is my great great grandmother, is my ancestor? And she was like, she ain't your ancestor. I said, what do you think ancestor means? What is she? What is
And
she?
it's just like,
Like,
I think people fail to realize that so many practices that people do, especially Black people, are of different cultures. Like putting people on a t-shirt, saying that, oh, they looking down on you, pouring one out for the homies. Like these are all like ancestral, like these are all those things. These are the same things when in Buddhist culture they have altars. Do the same
ritual, if you will.
Oh, yes. Like it is the same exact thing. And you wouldn't say, oh, you lost somebody, put them on a t-shirt. That's is by this classification. Well, then that would be demonic, right? Like if we going based on this, if we're going on your based on your logic, that'd be demonic. But sometimes like, no, that's good.
But I also think that another issue with Black people and Christianity, overall, I feel like Black people use words that don't actually mean what they mean. So when they hear other words, because we be fucking stuff up all the time, like just saying words that don't really mean what it means, it like redefines all these things. So even like ancestor, like something as simple as ancestor, it's really not that big of a word. It's a very simple meaning. They made it mean all this other
something
stuff.
else.
It's like words have meanings, and sometimes the meaning is just it. That's just
we can't just change it to fit what we're trying to make it fit. It's like no, that doesn't mean that.
Yeah. But really quick, before we move on from the religion topic, I also want to say the other reason why I don't like mega churches is because it gives cult, and I feel like it's not always even the pastors or the leadership of it. It's how people react to them that freak me out. Like people who are like followers of certain preachers, how they're so engulfed, like how they love their pastor and all this stuff. It's like, that's just another man. You know that, right? He a man. He a human. It scares me. Like, yes, you can hold somebody up into a pedestal to respect them as like a man of God or a leader in the community, fine. But the way that they be exalting, that's demonic, and it scares me.
Yes, it gives cult. It gives like, why don't y'all just be a new Jonestown? Just drink the fucking Kool-Aid, because that's what it's giving.
And
it gives
guess what? Like, and if that's what y'all want to do, that's fine. But stop judging other people.
Yeah,
do it then. Do it.
I'd be so just like, what's going on here? Doesn't make sense to me. And I just realized I just feel like, okay, the shit don't make sense. I'm never going back and forth. I'm never arguing my point with anybody. I'm not doing that. You believe what you believe. I'm going to believe what I believe, and I'm going to go on about my day.
And that's how I feel. It's like I never judge people based off of like their religion or, their belief system. I'm like, whatever works for you. Whatever. Okay.
Because at the end of the day, I came into this world by myself, and I'm going to exit the same way. So what you got going on really does not affect what I got going on. Just don't impose yours on me, and I'm not going to impose anything on you. But if the shit sounds stupid, I'm going to just be like, got it. Add you to the no prayer list. Do not pray for me. Don't want that.
It's like, who was you really praying to? Okay. Next thing I know, you put a hex on me.
But yeah, so that is still going on. Like,
Yeah.
I've learned a lot of things. And I always say, people who are atheists know the Bible more than any Christian I've ever met.
Well, I also
They
think they know it because they like to
they
argue.
know, and I feel like they are the people
They
that
know it.
read every single page, read multiple versions, and be like, actually, I know this. I know what that says. And I'm like, oh, you in
Yeah,
fact are.
because I mean, if anybody says, "Oh yeah, I'm an atheist," most people don't really understand what it means to be an atheist because it can get a little muddy. Because even some people who claim to be atheists, it's like, actually, no, you're not an atheist. You're a Satanist. You're this or you're that. Like, people just, you know what I mean? So I feel like even with that, all these things mean things. So if you're going to claim to be something, actually do your Googles and
Look
your
it up.
encyclopedias and your chat GPTs.
Even ChatGPT will give you an answer about what it is. So yeah.
Absolutely.
So that you did say you had a random question for me. So
I
I'd
have a
like to know.
list. Okay. Since we're talking about God and stuff, and they say that the Lord loves unconditionally, right? I was just thinking, do you really believe in the idea of unconditional love? And like, what
No,
does that look? Okay, me either. There
no,
are
I don't.
conditions.
There are
There
there
are
are conditions,
terms
there are
and
terms and
conditions.
conditions. Yeah, there are terms, conditions, stipulations. There's a lot of things because unconditional love, that mask of unconditional love will have you doing some shit that you have no business doing.
Mm-hmm.
Will hold you in a place that you have no business being in. Sometimes it is okay to choose you and walk away. It
And
is
have a
okay to do that
condition.
and have conditions. I think every person who is in a relationship, whether you're married, whatever it is, there are conditions.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just saying, oh, well, you're supposed to love that person unconditionally, most times when people say that, it's like, I'm just supposed to take whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you do, I'm supposed to just love you through it. Good, bad, indifferent. When it's to my detriment, I'm supposed to just take it. No, there
And I
are
think
conditions.
everyone's terms and conditions are different. And your terms and conditions can change. Because right now I could say, I think I could love somebody through this. But then when it actually happens, it's like, I actually feel differently. I think the terms and conditions need to be reevaluated. And I think also communicating. I don't think you always have to communicate what exact terms and conditions you have for relationships or friendships or whatever the ship is. But I just would never tell somebody like, oh, I can unconditionally love someone. Like, I was even thinking about it from like a parent perspective, right? Because I was watching something and somebody was talking about how like their child was like a serial killer. And I'm like, do you still love your child?
I think when it comes to children, it's a little bit different. You could no, maybe it's not different. It's like you could love a person. I could love you and not be with you.
Oh, for sure.
I
I
could
think
love you and
love
think
someone
that
and
your
yeah.
actions are heinous. I could love you and not support you. So it's
Yeah.
like, yes, even if it's your child, if my kid was a serial killer, I love you. I don't fuck with you though. And
But
that's and certain things it would be like, oh, that's a hard no for me. Like, even if you had a child who was something other than a murderer, there's a whole bunch of other things that's just like, yes, just because that you gave birth to someone or that's your child, it doesn't absolve them of being a person, and it doesn't absolve you of being a person.
yeah.
If certain
And
things I just can't get with, I just can't get with that no matter who you are. It doesn't mean that I don't love you. I just can't deal with you. Parents who have kids who are drug addicts. It's like, I love you. I want you to get better, but you can't live with me.
right.
You can't stay here because of all that comes with you. I'm not taking my love away by putting boundaries and there are conditions in place. I still love you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think that is a love that for your child, I don't think that love goes away, especially for mothers, because that is literally a piece of you walking around.
Shit,
So it's like,
well, not all mothers, but
well,
Or fathers, because niggas have 50% of them walking around every day.
This is true. I'm talking from
Walking.
a thing of like, you raised them. If you ain't raised nobody, then yeah, you probably don't have no emotional connection. But I feel like even innately, if you've carried a child and given birth, even if it's something, an emotion you suppress, it's still somewhere in you. It's there. Like, just like you'll know your kid anywhere. Like, I could spot you out of a crowd of a million people. Like, where's Waldo? I know my kid. And I think even if you weren't an active parent or a good parent, those things is still just like biologically, it's still there. You know it. You may not be able to pinpoint it and be like, I know exactly what that feeling is. It's just like, it's there. But yeah, I think everything, to bring it all back, everything has conditions up to a certain point. So I do not believe in unconditional love. I just don't.
Yeah.
That's another thing that logically just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, no.
I don't.
Agree. Yeah. And everybody's conditions aren't the same. That we know.
Yeah, all conditions aren't the same. And I feel like those have to be communicated with whoever in whatever ship you in. You got to communicate those conditions. And then sometimes it's okay to reevaluate and be like, actually, I felt like I couldn't deal with that. And now that I know more, I've learned more, I've done more, seen more. It's like, okay, I could change my mind on that and communicate that, hey, this has changed.
Yeah.
So yeah. But that's also a good question that kind of leads into the main topic of today. So Gucci Mane and Keyshia Ka'oir did an interview with The Breakfast Club following the release of Gucci's book, Episodes. And in that interview, and what the book is about is that Gucci Mane is schizophrenic. What is he, schizophrenic and bipolar? And how they've had to deal with that. He's obviously suffered from it from a very long time, unknowingly. But in their interview, they kind of just discussed the ways in which Keyshia, as his wife, helps to manage his illness. And they didn't really get super, super, super into detail. I actually have the book, so I'm going to start listening to it. And just to really get, from his perspective to see, all the details, because I'm sure he goes into way more detail in the book than they did on the interview. But I took from the interview a lot of different things. And then what you see online, I guess it's a little bit different than what I took from it.
Definitely. I was very confused at a lot.
And I was just like,
what I saw. Like, did we watch or listen to the same thing? I was confused.
Yeah.
But I also, before we deep dive into it, I think that the Black community, as woke as people try to paint themselves to be, we are very toxic in general. And a lot of the ideas and things that people got from this, even down to the mental health thing, everybody wants to talk about mental health. But people
until it's time to deal with mental health.
Exactly. And people getting on the internet saying, he's not schizophrenic or bipolar. That's not what schizophrenia looks like. He was a drug addict. Well, you do know that a lot of mental illnesses or mental health issues are there, but hasn't been triggered yet. So yes, maybe that one sip of lean that one time triggered some type of chemical imbalance, and boom, here comes the schizophrenia. Here comes the bipolar. Here comes whatever. It's a trauma response. So yes, he was a drug addict, but when he stopped doing drugs, it didn't go away. It was there. It's here now.
Right. And I think a lot of times that people also don't understand that drugs, especially prolonged drug use, changes your brain chemistry.
Yeah.
It can quite literally, the drugs can make you schizophrenic. That if you had not done drugs and not abused drugs for such a long time, that maybe these things wouldn't have actually came up, or you wouldn't be schizophrenic, or you wouldn't be bipolar. There's so many different factors. So it's like, yes, it could have been triggered by prolonged drug use, but it doesn't negate the fact that the man is schizophrenic and bipolar
right now.
Wherever it came from,
right.
He's still that. Like, you don't have to just be born schizophrenic. People aren't schizophrenic at birth. Most people who have schizophrenia sometimes start exhibiting signs, especially boys, in their late teens. Sometimes some people, it don't turn on till they in their 20s, and it's like, whoa, all of a sudden I didn't hear no voices, and now today I do. Like, it literally works like that.
Something triggered it.
Sometimes it's age, sometimes, it's so many
a life
different
experience.
So there's so many different there's so many different things that could bring it up.
And
but
I
it
say all
don't
that to say, like,
negate it.
That's why people need to be careful, because truth be told, everybody is 1 millisecond from a breakdown. Let's be for real. So
in this environment, in this climate, like, I even think, like, even after COVID, you know how many people fell into depression who were never people who were depressed before COVID? That literally. Isolation of being confined to your home, not being able to leave, only being in for those people who went through COVID by themselves. That extreme isolation mentally is not good for you. It is no different than somebody being in jail and being in solitary confinement. That literally, that sheer just alone silence is not good for you. It's not good for you. So you're no different. Yes, there's different mental health disorders. There's different things that have different extremes. However, it doesn't negate that it's the same thing. It doesn't make you better just because you're depressed, but he's bipolar. Y'all are all in the DSM. So what?
Literally.
Like, you're all,
it's all the selective outrage. And I also think that, like, people not wanting to, is it empathize or sympathize?
Empathize, yeah.
Empathize with someone because of how they appear. And be like, oh, he's just a drug addict. If he wasn't a black man, like, how can Charlie Sheen do a whole documentary about all the transgressions and crazy shit that he has done over the past years, okay? And everybody's just like, oh, well, he was on drugs. Oh, well, blah, 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 make jokes about it. But someone like Gucci Mane I hate saying Gucci Mane, but someone like Gucci.
Everybody know who Gucci is.
Exactly. Somebody like Gucci
no last name needed.
None. Come out and say, yo, y'all, this is what I was going through. And now, what, y'all don't believe him? Like, half y'all brothers, uncles, cousins in the hood going through the same thing. Let's be for real. They not just, oh, Twan down the street, he crazy. Why is he crazy?
Because that's what we're conditioned to make everything out to be. It's like, oh, that's just him. Don't worry about him. He's just a little touched, special.
Yeah, he's special.
Like, he's special. And it's like, everybody know that something isn't right, but nobody wants to help to be like, okay, we gotta get this.
What exactly is wrong? What is special about him?
Exactly. And I think a lot of the interview, for those who haven't watched it, I actually implore people to watch it because I think it was very good. I think it was very, very much a vulnerable thing and a different side of Gucci, and just being open and be like, this is what I was going through. This is what was really happening. And also being able to take away from that, there is the other side. You can make it to the other side. You can get to a point where you can manage your illness and live a happy, healthy, productive life. Yes, things in your life have to change. You have to restructure, and you have to now live your life a different way because you have new factors that you are now aware of, and you can't just ignore it. So I think specifically for Black people, I think that is something to be applauded, is like, because he is doing the work. You can get better. You can live a better life. Sure. Even in that interview, he said, there are other things I wish I could do. I wish I could do some of these things, but I can't because it's going to trigger an episode. And I would rather not have an episode so I can't do certain things. And that just be like, and just, I can't be in certain places. People. Exactly. And just being able to know that and to identify and actively make a conscious decision to do better every single day. I don't see how you can fault that. Is that not the goal? Is that not the goal? But to a lot of the conflicting things that I saw, it was mainly a lot of the people who are just like, oh, he doesn't have schizophrenia, he doesn't have this, but also mainly how people responded to Keyshia's response to him being bipolar and her standing by him, helping him, really kind of being a shield for him. Like, no, we ain't doing that. You can't talk to that person. We can't go to that place. We will not live in Atlanta. I'm not going there.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand the comments or the reaction. Like, she shouldn't have to deal with that. I would have left him a long time ago. And it's like, okay, whoa.
That wasn't a part of her terms and conditions. Like, she's okay with those terms and conditions because she knows who she fell in love with, and she knows that he has an illness that is manageable.
That's
and
the thing. Even when
he wants to manage it. It'd be different if he didn't give a fuck and he's like, this is who I am, blah, blah, blah. Then okay, fine. You want to be a part of the circus, be a part of the circus. But if he's sitting here saying, yes, I want this help, I want to live a better life, I want to do this, do that, as his wife, I don't understand. I don't get it. And then the people talking about, like, we as women take on too much. She has to be his handler because you can't be a wife and his nurse and run his businesses. How are you a mother?
The same way I get up every day and I work a 9 to 5, I also keep my house clean. I also get my kids ready for school. I also make breakfast, pack lunches, make dinner. I do all these different things, pick you up from school. I manage to work out, do my hair, do my makeup. People can do, especially women, can do so many different things all in one day. That's for her to decide what she's able to handle and what she's not able to handle. The only thing that I would say that I didn't like was that she don't have nobody for her specifically to talk to.
Right.
And I think that's when she's the therapist, that she's a therapist. I was like, whoa, now. That part I don't agree with.
You need support too, sister.
Like, yes, because I think a lot of times people, when you're in a caretaker role, don't understand that the caretaker also has to take care of themselves. It's fine to want to take care of your spouse. And especially if you have the means and you feel like, I am the person that can get through to him. I am the person that I'm the closest person to him. So yeah, I'm the person that I know his behavior. I know his pattern. I know him. Like, you breathing wrong. Something's not right. Versus I have hired help who really doesn't know you as a person, doesn't know your movements, your patterns, your behaviors. They don't know those things. So yeah, it'll take them a long time you'll be in a full-blown episode and then be like, he's not okay. Versus,
but I think in general, humans, but specifically men, are creatures of habit. Okay. And I feel like, as someone who's been in a long-term relationship with someone and living with someone who is married to someone, I know even when this man walk in the house different, something's off. And that comes to play with actually being locked in and knowing your partner. So people on the internet saying, like, she said he started texting different and his mood changed. That's not how schizophrenia works. She didn't say that's how schizophrenia or bipolar, whatever, works. She said, I noticed patterns that he would start doing before the episode came. And she's like, yeah, he started doing this. And then a week later, boom, we're in an episode.
Yeah, because that's how, because when people are like, oh, that's not how it works. Yes, it is. Yes, that is exactly how it works. Certain things you start changing before you start to go full blown. Now I'm hearing a bunch of voices. Something you're a little off balance. Something
ain't
to right.
Your hygiene. Like, what you mean you ain't take a shower
in
2 days?
It's exactly. It's the same people of, like, when people feel seasonal depression or anything. It's like, actually, I don't want to. Like, even for me, for instance, I know I'm just like, I don't feel like washing my face. I don't feel like making a bed. I don't even want to get up. I don't feel like doing anything. Where normally I'm a person that the second I put my feet on the floor, I'm moving. I rarely do I get back into bed. I don't go back to sleep. I just start my day because it's hard. Once I'm up, it's really hard for me to just go back to sleep. So I'm up. So times when I do feel like that wave of depression, it's like, I notice it. You can feel it. It's like, something ain't right here. I'm not feeling the best today. I need to go outside.
Yeah.
I need to get some sun.
Touch grass.
I need to touch grass. I need some sun. I need something, because if I just let this feeling go unchecked, I know exactly where I'm gonna be. So yes, it does. You start to just slowly do things before you start going full blown having a full-blown episode, it's not just as simple as like hearing voices.
Mm-hmm.
Or hearing voices that are telling you to do dangerous things. It's a lead up. So yes, you have to really understand someone and really know them on a personal, intimate level to be able to clock those things. And I think
Yeah.
for a lot of people
And a
who are,
simple.
I think for a lot of people who felt like had negative takeaways from them sharing their story, those people in relationships, I was like, to me, I took it as you're really probably one of those people that you don't really know your partner. You don't really know
Mm-hmm.
them
Mm-hmm. Or you don't even have a
because
partner.
because if you really did, you'd be like, oh, what she's saying is 100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
What she's doing is exactly how you would expect a wife to handle it. It's not that I can't be a mother and I can't take care of my kids. My kids deserve to have a happy, healthy father.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to be a happy and healthy father and be there for his children. So if that means that, yeah, I have to like have the eyes of a hawk, I got to
Mm-hmm.
be on you, then you got to be on them.
And I
Take your
don't think it's,
medication every day. Do all of these different things.
and even her responding or having her eyes out for certain things, it's like, it's not like every day she's waking up like, okay, I gotta make sure I watch him and do this, do that. No, it's just you're paying attention to what's happening in your household amongst your kids, your spouse, whoever, so you can know if you notice anything different. I don't think this is an everyday thing. And like she said, he hasn't had an episode since
In 5
2020.
years. So it's just like clearly something is working. One,
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that she said it. Like, no, you need to be on your medication. That is the
Mm-hmm.
first step. You need to be on your medication. So many times I think we feel like, oh, I don't want to take a pill or I don't want to be dependent on. It's like sometimes some things are just bigger than us. There's not enough prayer. There's not enough meditation. There's not enough of these things to cure this. You can't cure it. It will not go away. It will only
Mm-hmm.
progressively deteriorate your mind. So take the medication. That is the treatment for this. You cannot cure schizophrenia. You will always be schizophrenic.
Mm-hmm.
However, with this medication, your schizophrenia can be manageable.
Yep. And
You
you can
can,
also find other ways to manage your schizophrenia.
yeah, like
And
certain things, like you said, exercise is, something that is important. Like everybody know when Gucci got out of jail, when they was like the Gucci clone,
mm-hmm.
it's because Gucci was fat. And then Gucci came out buff. And I was like, wait a
Mm-hmm.
minute, this is a whole different person.
And
But
him even saying that people calling him a clone upset him because it's like, y'all don't know how much work I had to do to get to where I'm at today and to sustain this. So you saying, oh, I miss the old Gucci and he's a clone,
like,
that's hurtful. And that could send
you don't
somebody
miss.
backwards.
Yeah, and it's just like because to him it's just like no, I know who I was, or other people around me,
Mm-hmm.
they knew who I was at that time. So it's like no, I was a menace to society. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the people really know. Like Gucci was wild,
Like, do your
wild.
Googles.
Like
Do your
do
Googles.
your
The man,
Googles
the
on
man
Gucci.
had hits, but he
He was, remember that video when he had the Bart System chain, like smoking a blunt? It was just like, this doesn't, it's like so much is going on here that I just don't understand. Like, this is not normal. Like,
when
something's
I go
going
back
on.
and
And that
look
was
at
like,
old footage of him, I'm like,
you
yeah,
see it. You were like, yeah, because everybody just thought he was a madman. Like, if you pissed
literally.
Gucci off, you better go hide because he's
Mm-hmm.
coming. He's going to find you. It's not going to go
The
good.
boogeyman.
Yes. So it's like, okay, we have seen the behavior and we just chalk the behavior. Oh, that's just how he is. No, something was going
Mm-mm.
on.
Yeah,
Something mentally was it wasn't clicking.
and the
Now
drugs
it's
was not helping.
yeah, and now completely different person, like doing a complete 180. And it's like, oh yeah, when you remove a lot of remove the drugs, let's be
Mm-hmm.
completely clean, be completely sober, and introduce healthier habits. Let's stop working so much because no, that's a trigger for you. You
Yeah,
cannot do that. Not that he can't work, but even he said it himself. Like certain songs, I don't perform those songs because
yeah.
it takes me back to a place where I wasn't okay. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think about those things. I just stay away from it. I don't do it. So, and it's not like she's just like holding him hostage and so tight. It's like, but also, I think there's,
she was.
and I think that's what I was about to say. I think that there's an innate fear sometimes when you've seen how bad something can get, especially for that the public doesn't know about. Like when she told the story about them being in their Miami condo, and he's just on the balcony, like, and he didn't want to talk to her. So now I gotta rely on all of these.
He hated her.
Yeah, I gotta rely on other people to make sure you're okay, because you cannot live in a condo. Because all you need is something in your head to tell you to jump or to do something extremely harmful. And for a lot of people who are schizophrenic, they hear those things and there's nothing that they can do about it. It's like, this could go so bad.
Yeah. Or even when she was talking about how he was literally outside
just
for
standing
24 hours.
That's where it was. She was just like,
that was the same one?
That was in Miami. Like, he was just out on the balcony, just outside, would not come in. Like that's not okay. So I think for her, and that's why I really want her to be able to have a therapist. You got to have somewhere to unload and lay this, because you can't lay it on him, because it's not his fault. It's nothing that he can do about this. You have this, I take care of you, and now I need somebody to unload this on, because those things kind of, I think the lack of like speaking on it and really having kind of your own soft place to land, it does you a disservice long term.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, you can be mentally strong, but after a while things do start to kind of slowly chip away, and it's like, okay, one day I'm great and the next day now I'm not great. So I think it's always important to be able to have another person that, even if it's just an outside person, I don't have to talk to you about him specifically. I can just tell you how I feel about it.
Or what I'm going through.
Because when a person is sick, you can't be mad at them. And that, like, even how she said that, I can't yell at him. Yell at him for what? Right. What is that going to do? Yelling does nothing. Yelling just makes it worse. It like, now
it's like, I know I'm not talking to him.
I'm not talking to him. Like, I have to be stern at a certain point, but I can't yell at you. Even when she was like, certain things, I was just like, yeah, okay, sure. You want to do that? Great, perfect, fine. I just have to appease you. I'm not doing it in reality, but I need to keep you calm, because if I don't, this is now turning into a whole different situation. But sometimes it's just like, actually, what you said to me was fucking hurtful. So now I need to go tell this person what he said was hurtful, even though he didn't mean it. And I know if he was in his right mind, he wouldn't have said those things. However, the words still hurt nonetheless. So I think that bottled up emotion, it's going to come out at some point in time. So I think that's that's kind of the only, I think, critique that I had, is like, you gotta put that away. And also I'm going to fix him. No. We're not. That's what I was
going to say. It's like
I'm going to fix him. No, we're not.
We savior complex.
You can't.
We cannot.
That Jesus complex kills. It's like, we can manage this. You can live a happy life, but I can't fix you, because
you can help in his recovery and his growth, but you cannot fix.
You can't.
And I think even with him saying, like, I had to decide on my own who I wanted to be and that I wanted help. Like, you can't fix anybody. Like, sometimes people can't even fix themselves. You need the outside source to come in and rectify some situations.
Yeah, to make it,
or even help manage, educate, all the things. And I feel like I really don't understand a lot of the criticism of her as a wife, because I'm like, I think it's just her demeanor and personality that people don't like, her delivery, when she's just like, because I'm the boss of this house, that whatever the case may be. I think people don't deal well with that energy, and they just don't like her, because if she was like a timid, more meek or mild woman that's like, I found ways to blah, 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 blah. Like, no, not everybody talk like that. She is a Jamaican woman from Miami. Okay. Like, that's just her delivery. So just say y'all don't like her, and that's fine. But to critique her as a wife and be like, oh, she's his handler, she's keeping him sedated. No, that's not what that is. And as a wife or a spouse in general, sometimes you do have to step in and say, we're not doing that. This is what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a
And
partnership is.
in plenty of situations, and it goes vice versa. Sometimes somebody has to take control, but I think
Yeah.
that comes from really having a partnership and knowing, okay, I really care about this person, I really
Hmm.
love this person,
And really knowing them.
and yeah, and I know them. So
Yeah.
because if it was the other way around, then what?
I feel like for me,
Like,
my biggest critiques from the interview was, one, the things that you said, the comments about fixing him and her not having her own sounding board, but also just the human part of me is like, y'all got other kids. Where them kids? Like, where them kids? Like, the
yeah, I
constant
kind of
talk.
like took it
No,
as those
the
kids aren't in the
constant.
house.
They're not that old. My thing is, my brain can't fathom the constant talk of like wanting to be a father or protecting your. They only ever reference the kids they have together. And the kids that they have outside of each other, we already know from reading Gucci's book and seeing things. He has a son, and we know that whole situation. But when they had that special, remember that wedding special? And she
Hmm.
had a daughter, or was it two daughters?
I think she had 3 kids.
See what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand. And this is just the human, messy part of me. I just can't fathom you uplifting these two kids that y'all have together on this pedestal and saying, yes, we wanted to make sure he was better for our kids. But y'all didn't want to make sure he was better for the kids that already are there. Like, I'm confused. I would love for them to talk about their family unit at, like, not necessarily details about those kids, but like, what was the family dynamic or shift? Like, did they not live there? Like, but then that's
They
gonna make
might
her
not.
say,
They might not have lived there. She might not have had her kids. I mean, it's the same thing. Like if we look at Spice, when Spice first like got on Love and Hip Hop, her kids wasn't there. I think her kids was in Jamaica, and she was here
yeah.
doing her thing. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now if you bring your kids over, cool, that's
Mm-hmm.
fine. You do it however you want to. But also, I think now because they've been together so long, I feel like I'm a chart. If not, all of those kids are probably 18, over 18.
I
I think
think
Gucci's
so.
kid for sure. They're in their
Yeah.
adult years. So it may be a situation where they have strained relationships with their parents. And it's like, I don't want nothing to do with that. Or
Mm-hmm.
that they're not in the house. So I don't know what their means of like how they raised those kids, but I think it's the same thing as with a lot of people. It's like, "Oh, I messed up my first set of kids. I wasn't active. I wasn't present. All
Mm-hmm.
the things that I should have been doing as a parent, I wasn't doing it because I was in this space in my life. So now, post that, when I'm healthy and I'm on my medication, I'm managing things better. Yes, I can be here for these children in a way that I wasn't. So I don't think anything is necessarily wrong with it. It's just, but we also don't know the full dynamic of
Right.
their situation. And I think that's pretty probably what it is. Just, we weren't the best parents because of, whatever circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
We were young, we were trying to make it, just survive. And then
Mm-hmm.
now we have children together. We're adults. We're in a completely different space in our life. And we're trying to just do things better. And
Yeah.
these are the kids that we
I
have in
guess
our
I just
home
think about
actively
it.
every day.
I guess I just think about it because you always get those situations where it's like later on down the line, the kids or family members pop up and now they want to speak their piece. Like, prime example, T.I. and Tiny. Like, to the naked eye, they raised their kids and it was this, they was that. But then when King came out and was like, basically saying like, my grandmother
I was at
raised
my
me.
grandma's house.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's just like, regardless, like they could have been in the house and still been raised by other people. They could be
Mm-hmm.
in the house and still feel like my parents didn't take care of me.
Yeah.
Kids and parents is just like, I feel like it's always a very tricky situation because parents may feel like they're doing the best that they can, but you can't control how your kid receives it. Regardless of your
Mm-hmm.
intention, this is the result. This is how
And
they feel about
I
it.
guess now that it's all, well, for one, I'm just nosy. It's something I've always been curious about. But two, also feel like now that they're being kind of open with his mental health and all these different things, I'm like, wouldn't you just want to nip this narrative before later on comes down? It's like, okay, look, he got his life together, but boom, boom, boom with these kids. Like some crazy storyline. I don't know. I was just thinking about it. Like, dang, everybody talking about how Gucci wasn't really schizophrenic, but y'all not talking about all the other stuff.
Yeah, and eventually it may come out. They may not have a relationship with their kids at all. And if their kids ever decide that they want to come out and publicly speak, that's well within their right. Like this
Yeah.
is the result of what of my parents. If they feel like they want to share that, then okay, well, they gonna have to eat that.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that you're gonna have to take on and that you're gonna have to eat. Not to say that maybe those conversations have already been had and hashed out.
Maybe.
But, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
The kids are adults, so it's like you can't go back and re-raise them.
Mm-hmm.
You just
Yeah.
kind of got to deal with this is where we're at right now and what's going to happen. If they don't want nothing to do with them, well, within their right. If they do and they just don't talk about me in the public eye, I don't want to be associated. Like, honestly, like I don't want to be, oh, you're Keyshia Ka'oir's daughter or you're Gucci's. I don't want that. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
just want to live my anonymous life. Because
That's
I will say,
possible.
you don't know who those kids are. You don't know them. They could literally, they could be your coworker, and you would never know. So
I can't tell you one thing about them children. I can't even tell you how many there are. I know that it's multiple, but I just always thought that was so interesting. Like, huh? Because when they had their kids together, I was very shocked in the beginning about how like forward facing they were with their kids. I was expecting to never see the kids, like emoji over the face, like Summer Walker. That's what I thought. But then when they was just essentially propping them up, I'm like, interesting.
yeah. So we'll see. But overall, very, very, very good interview for anybody who
Yeah,
has not watched it. I implore you to watch it. And there were some
yeah.
other things that Gucci talked about, just like
His
forgiveness
career
and
wise and all that
his
stuff
yes,
too.
his career wise and forgiveness and actually owning your own shit, accountability. There were a lot of different layers, and I'm actually very, 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 very excited to read this book.
Mm-hmm.
I think I definitely read his autobiography. Loved that.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal
That
book.
one's really, really good.
Real good. So I'm excited to listen to this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I will keep you
I'm gonna get it
updated
too.
on the book.
You know, I
But
love
yeah,
an
so
audiobook.
me too. And he's narrating it, puts headphones in. I
Mm-hmm.
can get through my whole day. I probably will listen to that book probably in a day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we will discuss. But yeah, that was, I don't know what episode this is.
81.
81. There we go. Dang, I had it written down correctly. But I'd be second guessing myself. So, but yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to yet another episode, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.